Good morning. We left the Gettysburg area yesterday and hopped on Interstate 81 and traveled south to Virginia. Spent the night at a really neat RV park. We're going to be there for about a week. It's called Endless Caverns, I think is what it is, Endless Caverns. We're in a part of the country where there are a lot of caves. We are going to check out some caves while we're here, but today we're heading over to Shenandoah National Park. That's the main reason we're camped in this area. For the full year, all national parks.
Okay, so $80.
Yep.
Thanks.
So we're on what's called the Skyline Drive. It's a little over 100-mile road that travels north to south through Shenandoah National Park, and the park is in the Blue Ridge Mountains. As you saw, we just went through the gate entrance to get into the park, and we're here at one of the first overlooks, and it says that tunnel that we just went through is called Mary's Rock Tunnel, and that tunnel was the Skyline Drive's greatest construction challenge. The tunnel was completed in around 1934, and here's a picture from the same overlook rather, that we're standing at now. Look at all the old cars that are pulled off there. This is called Hazel Mountain Overlook. Well, after about an hour drive, actually a little over an hour drive to get to the visitor center, we're finally here. I know one thing: if you get car sick, the Skyline Drive would not be the best option for you. It is a windy green tunnel, and yeah, lots of curves, but it is beautiful. We're going to check out the visitor center. I assume that's Mr. Bird. Hello, sir. Well, we're getting ready to do our first hike at Shenandoah. It's called the Dark Hollow Falls Trail. It's a 1.4 mile round trip, rated as moderate. They say to allow for a little over an hour to complete the hike, and it's got a 440-foot elevation change. I think we're getting close.
Shenandoah. Do you folks need a map or a newsletter today?
No, thank you.
All right, you have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So you saw me yesterday buy a pass. This is the annual pass. It's called the America the Beautiful Pass. And this pass is a one-year pass that will get you into every national park in America. Not only, quote, national parks, but also any place in the national park system. And I think if you counted them all up, it's over 400. Now what's odd is some of the national parks don't even require you to show a pass. Actually, this year, this is the first national park we've been to that has required us to show a pass. Congaree, Smoky Mountain, Mammoth, Indiana Dunes, Cuyahoga Valley, all those national parks, you could just drive through without showing a pass, but Shenandoah requires it. If I didn't have this pass, just to get into the park here at Shenandoah would be $30 for a 7-day pass, and that's per vehicle. So $30 for just this park when I can buy this for $80 for the whole year, every park in America. So for us, that's why this is such a great value. On our way back up to the visitor center on day 2, had to get a video of this beautiful view. We're going to hike the Hawksbill hike today, the loop. So we're parked right here, get on the AT, take it for a while, then you come back down this trail here and back. It's about a 3-mile hike. Here we go. Alright, this is the junction that puts us on the Appalachian Trail, and as we maybe mentioned earlier, these white blazes are what marks the trail, so you know you're on it. There's a deer right up here. Oh, she's got a little one with her, Leslie. The little one's nursing. Hi, little girl. I guess you could be a little boy. A baby and its mama. I failed to mention earlier, but this trail, Hawksbill, takes you to the highest point in Shenandoah National Park. I know it's over 4,000 feet. I don't know the exact elevation, but there's probably a lookout up here that we'll be able to get some good video at. So stick with us. We'll be there in a little bit. This is where the trail splits off. So the AT goes that way, and the trail we're going to go on, called Salamander, marked by blue blazes, we're going to head back this way. This is not the peak, but it looks like a beautiful overlook. Hawksbill Summit, 100 yards. We've got some friends who will appreciate this. made it to the top. My phone shows we're at 4,080 feet. It took about an hour and 15 minutes to get here, and we took our time, so it's not really that hard of a hike. It's a very gradual climb, so it made it pretty easy. The ranger at the visitor center said the trip back is a little steeper decline, so I may not do a lot of taping on the way back. I may get my trekking poles out and make sure I don't take a tumble. Beautiful area. Well, we're almost back to the parking lot. We can see the cars. That was a fun hike. I would recommend it. It's about 3 miles. I strongly encourage you to take the route we did, where you get on the AT first, because it's a very gradual climb to get to the lookout. Once you leave the lookout and make your way back to the parking lot, it's pretty steep downhill. So if you start off that way, you're going to have a pretty significant climb to get up there. So once again, this is Hawksbill Trail, and I'd highly recommend it. This is day 3 at Shenandoah National Park. We're back up in the park. Our friends from the Salem area drove up. My best buddy Pat and his 2 boys, Cameron and Alex, are here with us today. So we're going to hike the Bear Fence Trail today. It's not a very long trail, but it's got what they call rock scrambling, where you need to use your hands. And then from here, we're going to head down to Luray Caverns and take a look at those caverns. So it should be a fun day. So here's where we're at, and we're going to come across, go up through here, do the rock scramble up to this viewpoint, come back down, cut across, and then come back on the Appalachian Trail. There's a billy goat for you. We're at the first 360 view. You'd have thought one of those young boys would have volunteered to come back and get the camera. I'm ready when you are. I'm not going to look. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Well, we're almost back to the parking lot. That was a lot of fun. I would highly recommend that trail. I don't think it's one for small kids. The rock scramble was pretty tough for a small child, but as you saw, it was plenty challenging for us. I'll see if I can get the boys to talk up here a little bit and find out what they thought about the hike. All right, guys, what you think of the hike?
I liked it. I like all the rocks to climb on. It was fun jumping from rock to rock.
Yeah, you're like a billy goat up there. Alex, how about you?
I liked it, just the way back was really boring.
Yeah, the way back we were on the AT, and that felt pretty boring after
Yeah.
the rock scramble, but overall it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Took us a little over an hour, and now we're going to head to the cave. We worked up a sweat, and we're going to go to where it's about 55 degrees, so that should feel pretty good. Well, we are here. It's $28 for an adult ticket. But from what we hear, it's a beautiful cave, so we're looking forward to it. And what makes it special is we've got our friends here with us today. What you see on the bottom is a reflection of what's on the ceiling, because that is water. Again, what you see on the bottom is water reflecting what's on the ceiling. Good morning. We're back in Shenandoah National Park for the 4th time. This is our final day here at the park. We're going to hike today the, I think it's called the Rose River Loop Trail. It's about 4 to 5 miles in length. It's supposed to have, I think, a waterfall and some cascades. So it's a nice, beautiful morning. It's about 10:15 a.m. about 68 degrees, so it should be a real pleasant hike. Well, this has been a pretty challenging hike. We're about ready to make it to a spot you may recognize from a couple days ago. This is where we ended our hike the other day when we hiked Dark Hollow Falls. Well, we're about back to the road where we started. It's almost 1 o'clock, so it's taken us about 2 hours and 45 minutes. The last quarter of it was just walking up this road, so not much scenery on that, but the rest of it was beautiful. We really enjoyed it. And I think this is our last hike while we're here. So we're going to head back to the RV and start getting packed up as we leave tomorrow.